Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles, coming at you with another toy review. And this time we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Last Jedi Resistance Tech Rose figure. And this is the 3 3/4 inch figure from the Star Wars The Last Jedi toy line from Hasbro from 2017. So the first thing we're going to do is take a close look at the packaging. So taking a look at the packaging, pretty standard Last Jedi toy line stuff. White background with the red Star Wars logo, looks great. They don't have a centralized logo for this toy line, so every figure has its own, character model on this side. So we got a nice picture of Rose there in her outfit that the toy is. And everything looks good, and it says Resistance Tech Rose with a little ribbon. This is a Force Link figure right here. Pretty standard as far as that. I mean, the only thing I really noticed, just from the bubble package, she comes with some really tiny little device. I don't know if it's, and it shows it in the picture right here. I don't know if it's some kind of like laser knife or some kind of technical device that she uses, but it's very small. Just be aware of that. It's one of the smaller accessories I've seen with the Star Wars figure. So taking a look at the back, very, very bland. It's basically one gigantic ad for the Force Link device, and it does show it with Rose on there, just like with every figure. It shows with that exact figure. Bunch of technical stuff and distributing information and warnings and stuff, and it says StarWars.com, StarWars.Hasbro.com with the Star Wars logo up here. Very bland back. I mean, I really wish they had something that showed multiple figures in the toy line. So it's kind of unfortunate, but obviously what's most important is inside, so let's get this guy opened up. So getting Resistance Tech Rose out of the package. So obviously this is one of the newer characters that looks like she'll be kind of pairing up with Finn in the movie. Obviously not much is known. This is obviously filmed before the movie comes out, so what to see kind of, what role she plays, if she's really good or she's going to be really bad in the end. We'll have to, nobody really knows. But overall detailing looks good. I mean, obviously, I'm not really super familiar with this actress, and I don't know her name. But I mean, as far as the packaging and what the character looks like compared to the packaging, she looks really, really good for 3 3/4 inch figure. I think the molding is really, really nice. The head looks good. The way they did her hair, everything looks really nice. She's wearing basically, it looks like a bland jumpsuit at first. When you really look at it, they did a great job molding in the wrinkles and the detailing, and the different things on the shoulder and on her chest as far as the lettering and then the silver paint. I mean, and the badge. Everything looks really good on her. Down to the baggy pants that are like tucked into the boots. I mean, overall, great job on this figure. And that spills onto the back. You can see, she got the belt around there. It's just like a tech jumpsuit, and then she's even got a hood there, and you can see her little hair pulled back in a little bun, or a little ponytail. I mean, everything looks really good. Now, she comes with 2 different accessories. She comes with a rifle, which is basically a stocked version of what Finn has, so they're kind of keeping with that style of rifling, which looks cool. And then we have, I'm assuming, a tech device. I mean, it almost looks like a laser thing, but I'm sure it has something to do with technical. And then I actually can, it's really tiny. This is one of those things where, like, you're going to lose this. One of the smallest accessories I've seen in a long time, but it does pin into her side. That you can actually pin it right into her side, just like that. So she can hold, you know, have it pinned to it, and it sticks really, really good, which is really nice. You know, I was worried that, you know, it would just be really, really cheaply done, but I mean, definitely if it's in there, it's going to stay in there. It doesn't just pop out without some force. But let's take a closer look at each section. Here you can see her face, and you know, it looks good with her hair kind of curved off to the side. Everything looks good on her. You can see as we kind of rotate around how they did everything, and then the hood on the back. I mean, very, very nicely detailed figure. You can see kind of right there with her the little badge. The light's kind of hitting it hard, but you can see the silvering in her badge, and she's got like some kind of, you know, clothing underneath that's kind of coming through the jumpsuit, kind of puffing out. I think they did a great job with that. Here you can see that detailing with the lettering on her her jumpsuit, and then going onto the shoulders and the back. I mean, everything is done really well. It definitely looks like she's in some bulky style jumpsuit. And then you can see here we have the blaster, which is basically just a stock version of what Finn has. And then you can see that little device right here on her hip that pins in really, really nicely. Here you have her boots. You can see that, you know, the jumpsuit's like tucked into the boots, so you got it really, really baggy at the bottom. I mean, everything's done really, really nice, what you'd expect. I mean, somebody's wearing a baggy jumpsuit. Articulation, pretty standard with this guy. I'm sorry, this girl. Her head does rotate. It's kind of restricted by the jumpsuit and the collar. Her arms move. Nothing else moves. No wrist movement, and just the feet. I mean, it's very standard type articulation for the 3 3/4 inch line as of this day and age. This is a Force Link figure, so if you have the Force Link device, it'll do different things and sounds. Sometimes you can get it to do what you want, sometimes you don't, or you can't. It's just the way this device is designed. So let's see if we can get it to say anything.
I can fix anything. You can't give up on the resistance. Bullseye! You can't give up on the resistance. I can fix anything. We have a mission to complete. Blast him! Bullseye! Blast him! Bullseye! You can't give up on the resistance.
So, to be perfectly honest, I really don't, know if that voice is really, really close to what it's supposed to be. A lot of the human characters aren't, like Luke Skywalker and Rey don't sound anything like them. But Finn sounds really good, and so does the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure. So we'll have to kind of, watch the movie and then kind of make a judgment after the fact if it sounds correct. The problem is with this, like, you can't really get it to say what you want to say when you want it to say it. It's kind of just random. Sometimes shaking the device or having your hand and moving it, quick will get it to say something. Sometimes it'll say the same thing over and over again multiple times. So, I mean, as far as the Force Link device, not that great, but I really just have it just so I can kind of show you guys what these things do. And lastly, for size comparison, here we have Resistance Tech Rose next to Finn, the Resistance Fighter version, both from the Last Jedi toy line. And size-wise, they look good. I mean, as far as the picture we've seen, Rose is obviously shorter than John Boyega. And the Finn character. So I mean, everything looks good. I mean, it's a very detailed looking figure. It looks really nice. I mean, it's hard to say, how important this figure, this character is going to be in the movie. So is this going to be one of those figures that's just a random character that they put, obviously she's in the movie and she looks like she goes off with Finn, but we really have to wait and see what her role is. The Star Wars toy lines are famous for putting characters in that, making toys for characters that are barely even shown, like seconds on the screen. So hopefully that's not the case. I don't think it's going to be the case with her character. I definitely think she's billed as a more major character and it's going to kind of help fill out Finn's story arc. But a really good figure. The Force Link sounds good. Like I said, I really don't know this actress's voice, so I really can't tell you if it's going to be the way it's supposed to be. She had quite a lot of stuff on the Force Link and lots of stuff, so it was kind of nice. A lot of times they only had a couple sayings. She had a lot with different blaster noises, so that was a nice touch with her. But a nice detailed figure, and once again, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.